Oh, Heresy Thursday. What do we got here? Yeah, well, I got recommended a beer by a friend. This is Monsuda out of Okinawa Dry. Monsuda Okinawa Dry. And it looks like it's going to be, not a bad little beer. So I'll give this a test out. It's dry, so it should be pretty crisp. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. They don't do paid promotions. I don't really advertise anything for money on this channel. About the most I'll do is like if I get sent a 3D printer, I get a lot of offers for 3D printers. I don't really accept many of them, except when I think it might be interesting, But I would be willing to accept beers. Yeah, no, this is nice. See, I'd rather talk about the beer than talk about the Horus Heresy, because I have to talk about these tarantulas right now. It's been a good week, if not more, since my last video. What, a week? Yeah, Adepticon announcements, realistically. So, I'm in a bit of a predicament, because people expect a video. They want me to talk about Heresy Thursdays. And I've been met with just, disappointment. And instead, I could talk about this lovely, crisp Okinawan beer, which just seems like so much more rewarding for me. Because, I don't have to bitch, I don't have to whinge, I get to go, this is a tasty drop. I've had a long, long work week this week, teaching turbine technology to people. And it would be really nice just to relax. And that's what I'm thinking to myself, I got the in-laws coming up tonight. I love them, but geez, I just, after a really long week, and I've been working multiple weekends straight, so I haven't had a day off in 7 weeks, I'm going to say. Because I've been doing courses and such on the weekends. Like I did search and rescue course last weekend, so I was out conducting search and rescue ops in the middle of state forest, sleeping out in the rainstorms. I feel like I'm back in the army. And I just wanted to relax this weekend. I've got to go around Mum's place because she needs a new deck built. And I need to tear apart the rotten wood off this old deck that's there, see what can be salvaged, if I'm going to have to dig in, if I'd have to dig in new edge beams and such, and concrete in some new pylons. Just thinking of all the work that comes, when I'm a 30-year-old bloke. And then I look back at this and I go, fuck, I've got to talk about some toys. So you can see my predicament here. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to whinge. I'm just thinking about how can I relax best in life at the moment, So if you're in my boots, what do? Do you create a video, have people turn around on the internet, and just launch the old personal attack? Like, you never have anything nice to say. You just want to whinge. You just want to this, that, and the other. I'm thinking, I just want to enjoy this beer. I just want to relax. Got to make sure everything's nice and tidy around the house. Got family coming over. They're going to stay the night. Means we're going to go out to dinner. So I'm basically home from work. Going to have a shower, do this video, and then straight back out. This is my time that I could be using to relax and enjoy that beer. And I have to talk about why Games Workshop would decide that of all the things that could be a priority in the game system, and for all the different factions in the game system, a set of missiles on a ballistic skill 2 unit would be the best thing to add to this game system. This is what the system is just screaming for, what it really needed first and foremost over anything else. Now, I was making an STL, funny enough, although it's a Mechanicum STL, for Tarantulas myself, and I've actually created it. I just haven't uploaded it yet. It's got las cannons, it's got heavy bolters, it's got missile launchers, or it's got the the copyright-friendly version of those laser cannons, rocket launchers, rocket launcher, Metal Slug reference, anyone? And heavy bolt-firing automated weapon systems, or what could be the dumbest name that I could come up with that's like copyright-friendly? Like, exploding lead projectile slinging rounds, something like that. See, you hear it in my voice. I'm doing everything I can to avoid talking about these. Because what a fucking dumb release. Now, I grant to you, there are people screaming right now, oh my god, tarantulas. My army needed those. My personal army in particular needed these. Of all the fucking things that could exist out there that everyone in the Horus Heresy might want to use, on the scale of what's more important to the game, less important to the game, these fucking things exist. And someone out there is like, these are actually perfect for me personally. And they are sitting there going, therefore, this is a good release. Just the height of fucking selfishness. And what is actually needed is, let's throw out some ideas. Veterans, breachers, seekers, recon marines, scout marines, because we don't have any of those for 30k currently, unless you go like resin breachers or resin recon marines, and maybe some resin seeker bolt guns that don't fit with the new plastic kits. So, choose your poison. Either way, you end up on the ground. There are other things as well that might be useful. You could look at potentially rescaling in the Tartarus or Cataphractii armors. They are a bit small with the scale creep that's happened in the system. There are, of course, several vehicles that don't have plastic kits yet. Think of all these Sicaran variants that don't have proper kits. We don't have sabers, don't have javelins, don't have the regular land speeders either. We don't have outrider bikes. So, needless to say, for core units for the Astartes, we're missing a few things. Over in Mechanicum, what do we need? We need Vorax, Domitar, Arlatax, Vulturax, and that's just some of the things that just immediately come to mind. Okay? Over in the Solar Auxilia, well, you probably want your Ogrins, Rapiers. Both of those in plastic would be quite nice, I imagine. Obviously, Flamer sections, and of course the Carnodons and the Aurochs, which, could just be one model kit and would actually, I think, be a great supplement to that range. On top of the Gleam and Rust spam. Then you've got factions, which are just undercooked, Sisters of Silence. They have rules, Liber Imperium. And yet they only have 3 model kits, not including characters in their range, essentially. And 1 upgrade kit, which is twin bolt pistols to replace the bolt guns on some Sisters on Foot. But otherwise, it's basically just 1 plastic kit for that entire army. And they're not touching that. Demons of the Ruin Storm, total afterthought. Imperialis Militia, total afterthought. So all 3 of those factions could get fucked. Custodes, you think that making their vehicles in plastic would be a wise idea, but Games Workshop hates doing things. We're creating models now that can be used in 40k and in 30k. So Custodes, unfortunately being functionally the same army in both systems, if they start bringing out Custodes vehicles in plastic for 30k, would that mean they then have to bring them into 40k? Oh, but that means that, we can't force them to buy a different kit for 40k. This is the problem, right? You can't just have Contemptors and Leviathans that are used in 30k and then just use them in 40k. No, you need Redemptor Dreadnoughts. You need to have 1 for each game system, you fucking pleb. So of all the things we could be picking at right now, all the different kits, and I just listed, a dozen more for different factions within this game system that are actually useful to them. Instead, we got these. And these are shooting down flyers. And you know what's really ironic? 1, they're not very good at it. Terrible rules. But 2, what fucking flyers are in plastic? All I can think of is, Arvis? Arvis Lighter? One of the most unpopular flyers that exists because it's just a transport, has no armament whatsoever. Like, we don't have Dreadclaws. We don't have Charybdis. We don't have Storm Eagle, Fire Raptor. We don't have Xiphon. We don't have Lightning. We don't have Avenger. We don't have Furies. we basically have nothing in plastic. If you want, you can get those things in the case of, say, Fire Raptors, Storm Eagles, slightly plastic, mostly resin kits, or fully resin kits like Xiphon. So, I see some slight issues that we may have here. And of course, then you have like the Ares transport and all that for the, Custodes. And, well, the Thunderhawk and Stormbird, which, Thunderhawk in plastic is a meme that's as old as, time at this point. So, fundamentally, of all the things that we could be prioritizing, we picked a unit that is very, very niche. Not very popular. In fact, most of the Rider Wars that involve any kind of mobility in an army, so anything that needs to like deep strike, bikes, outflanking, those kind of rights of war, you can't take these because they're an immobile unit. So not only is it a niche unit in general application, shooting down flyers, which are pretty rare this edition, but also a whole bunch of the rights of war, the ways you will play your armies on the tabletop, do not allow you to take the unit in the first place. So I believe that the term utilized for this kind of release and the marketing behind it is, I'm just going to make sure that I get this right. I'm reading this out of a dictionary. It's fucking stupid idiots. Yeah, you see, it's not just idiots. It's not just stupid. It's fucking stupid idiots. So they're the people that other stupid people look at and go, man, that person's a fucking idiot. Right? That is the people making the decisions over at Games Workshop. And unfortunately, there are going to be people in the community who are looking at this going, yeah, what a fucking cool model. I'm glad they brought this out this week. Because the standards are just so fucking low. It's like a simp. Crumb of pussy, please, ma'am. Crumb of pussy, just one crumb, please. I like all your posts on Facebook. Why'd you throw out half that toothpaste in that tube last week? Yeah, fucking weird people, right? They're the people out there right now celebrating this release. And if you feel insulted by it, well, if you see a resemblance, that's on you. I'm just throwing it out there. So, yeah, needless to say, I really would rather talk about this crisp, delicious beer. Please, Okinawans, I'm willing to test out your beers if you send them to me. This is much more enjoyable. It's much tastier. Low in sodium content too, unlike my videos. So that is what I would rather be doing. And instead, I'm about to end this video, go into a bunch of editing, throw some memes into it, and then I'm going to have a shower, and then I've got to catch up with the in-laws. We're going to go out to dinner tonight, and I'm not going to get to bed till pretty much midnight, and I love the family very much, get on really well with the father-in-law, but I'm tired, and I don't want to talk about 30k right now. And what does that say? I mean, I had a person on the last video in the comments, and they just go, 30k isn't bad, it isn't changing, we'll be happy to get rid of you. Doesn't that sum it up nicely, what the mentality is in the community right now? Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought. I'm Mac with the Outer Circle. Let me know in the comments if I'm the problem. Maybe if enough of you say it, I'll just stop doing this. Otherwise, I'm going to enjoy this beer in the short time frame I have available. Probably going to have a shower beer, to be honest. That's living like a king. So I'll talk to you all later. See you next time.